Justice Suryakant Ji, Honorable Chief Justice of India and Chief Patron, Commonwealth Legal Education Association, Justice Bibu Bakru Ji, Honorable Chief Justice of High Court of Karnataka and Chief Advisor of Conference Organizing Committee, Sri K.J. George, Honorable Minister for Energy, Government of Karnataka, Sri Justice D.K. Singh Ji, Honorable Judge of the High Court of Karnataka and Chairperson Conference Organizing Committee, Professor S. Shivkumar, President Commonwealth Legal Education Association, esteemed legal luminaries from across the Commonwealth, distinguished guests, policy makers, and members of the civil society, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. It is both an honor and a responsibility to address this distinguished gathering at this international conference on sustainable energy, an agenda for India at 2047. At a time when India is poised for a historic transformation as we approach the milestone of 100 years of independence, this dialogue assumes profound significance. I extend my sincere appreciation to the Commonwealth Legal Education Association, the Department of Energy, Government of Karnataka, and all supporting institutions for envisioning and convening this important platform. The conference is not merely an academic or policy exercise, it is a convergence of law, governance, technology, and justice. The global energy transition stands at a critical juncture today. Extreme weather events, resource stress, and ecological imbalance are affecting livelihoods across continents. However, while the transition to clean energy is a global necessity, it must also be guided by the principles of equity and justice. Developed nations, which have historically contributed the most to carbon emissions, carry a greater responsibility not only in reducing emissions but in enabling technology transfer, climate finance, and capacity building for developing economies. The Sustainable Development Goals provide a shared global framework guiding nations in aligning growth with sustainability, equity, and responsible governance. India's path must therefore be unique by balancing growth with sustainability and ambition with inclusiveness. Energy is not just a resource, it is a backbone of dignity, development, and resilience. Markets, by their very nature, do not assume responsibility for equity or long-term sustainability. Therefore, this transition to sustainable energy cannot be left to them alone. It requires strong and visionary governance. Governments must act as enablers, creating stable policy frameworks, investing in innovation, and ensuring that clean energy remains affordable and accessible to all sections of society. Public policy must align economic growth with environmental responsibility. Equally important is the role of the judiciary. In a constitutional democracy like ours, The judiciary acts as a guardian of environmental justice and intergenerational equity. In India, this responsibility is deeply anchored in our constitutional framework. The directive principles of state policy call upon the state to protect and improve the environment, while the fundamental duties place an obligation on every citizen to safeguard natural resources for future generations. Through progressive interpretations of the right to life, the Honorable Supreme Court has expanded its scope to include the right to clean and healthy environment. Landmark interventions have ensured stricter environmental regulations, promoted sustainable industrial practices, and reinforced the principle that development cannot come at the cost of ecological destruction. Judicial doctrines as the polluter pays principle, the precautionary principle, and the concept of intergenerational equity have strengthened environmental governance and directed India's path towards sustainable development. Karnataka is proud to be at the forefront of India's renewable energy journey. We have actively promoted clean technologies, encouraged private investment, and built progressive regulatory frameworks that support innovation and sustainability. Karnataka has an installed renewable energy capacity over 25,700 megawatts, with solar contributing more than 10,500 megawatts, hydro capacity nearly 3,800 megawatts, and wind close to 7,900 megawatts, making it one of the top states in India in clean energy deployment. In August 2025, nearly 80% of Karnataka power generation came from renewable sources, the highest recorded anywhere in India. We also made Pavgada Solar Park, one of the largest in the world, a reality. Through the CM Saura Krishi Yojana, we are creating 3,000 megawatts of solar capacity for farmers, ensuring reliable daytime power and livelihood security. Under PM Kusum, we have enhanced subsidies for solar pumps to 50%, accelerating adoption. But our vision goes beyond capacity creation. We are working towards strengthening grid infrastructure and energy storage systems, promoting green hydrogen and emerging clean technologies, and advancing energy access to every household. We are among the first states in India to introduce a dedicated renewable energy policy. Under our resource adequately plan, we are targeting over 38 gigawatts of additional wind and solar capacity, supported by battery energy storage systems to ensure reliability and grid stability as renewable penetration increases. Through collaboration with global institutions and incubation centers and skill development programs like Saurya Mitra and Vayu Mitra, we are preparing the next generation to lead this institution. From being home to India's first hydroelectric project in 1902 to emerging today as a national leader in renewable energy, Karnataka's journey reflects both legacy and leadership. As the host state offers not just infrastructure, but an ecosystem of innovation where technology, policy, and research institutions come together to shape solutions for the future. The choices we make today will define the world we leave behind for future generations. The transition to sustainable energy is not merely about reducing carbon footprints, it is about redefining our development paradigm. It is about ensuring that growth does not come to the cost of our planet and that progress does not exclude the vulnerable. Let the Bangalore Declaration emerge as a guiding framework, one that aligns law, policy, and innovation with the principles of justice and sustainability. Let India lead not only in scale but in vision. Let us commit ourselves to building an energy future that is clean, just, and enduring. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.